we invite you to the Antelope Valley for the very final match of the group stage of the Prinx Tires USL Cup here in 2026. Tonight's match between AV Alta and Phoenix Rising is presented by Paris Law Firm. For AV Alta and Phoenix Rising, the unfortunate reality is that both teams have been eliminated from advancing here in the USL Cup. They will not be taking place in the quarterfinals, as Colorado Springs is guaranteed to top the group no matter what happens between New Mexico and El Paso in their game that is going on as we speak. But plenty to play for still for AV Alta and Phoenix Rising. After talking to both of these teams, they are excited to get some players back, find some form, and at the end of the day, every single game is an opportunity to prove where you belong. Ilias Almesh still has not had a ton of opportunities to do so with AV Alta, but he's been excellent in the USL Cup. He scored 2 goals in 2 appearances, notching those 2 goals in just 51 minutes of action, and he enters today just 1 goal behind for the top scorer in this competition. We'll see if he can keep that hot streak running out on the wing for AV Alta. And on the other side for Phoenix Rising, with a couple regular starters out, their man up top is Dominique Badji, one who needs no introduction to MLS fans, where he tallied 44 goals in over 250 appearances at the top level in American soccer. He is now with Phoenix Rising, coming in from DC United, trying to fill that hole at striker. He gets a big opportunity here with Isan Sako not in the squad for this cup match. Still looking for his first goal for Phoenix Rising. It's the Rising, and it is AV Alta as we wrap up Group 2 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. So happy that you've joined us. We got kickoff and starting lineup coming up right after this.
It's time to march to the mountains with a free lift ticket giveaway. Book your stay now at BigBear.com and receive complimentary lift tickets to Bear Mountain or Snow Summit. Stay 2 nights between March 1st and the end of ski season, and you can redeem your free lift tickets with qualifying reservations. Spend $250 to $599 and receive 1 lift ticket. Spend $600 or more and receive 2, while supplies last. Tickets are valid through the end of ski season, subject to date change. Book now at BigBear.com.
When it comes to healthcare, you want all aspects of your care to connect and to work in harmony. Introducing Southwest Healthcare, a comprehensive network of care working together to serve you and your loved ones. Palmdale Regional Medical Center is proud to be a part of this new, expanded system. Our goal is to provide high-quality healthcare services that benefit you, your family, and our entire community. Experience health in harmony today with the new Southwest Healthcare.
Toyota of Lancaster's Buy Local and Save sales event is on. Come down today to save big on hundreds of vehicles in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, hybrids, and more. We have new vehicles arriving daily in the market for a used vehicle. Toyota of Lancaster has a massive selection of used and Toyota certified used vehicles to choose from. Drive with confidence in the vehicle you deserve. Bad credit, no problem. Toyota of Lancaster will make your vehicle purchase safe, simple, and fun. Shop online at toyotaoflancaster.com. Toyota of Lancaster. Buy local and save.
Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. Tonight's starting lineups are presented by Visit Palmdale. With miles of hiking trails, a thriving art scene, plenty of lodging, and a rich aerospace industry, Palmdale is the perfect launching point for your high desert adventure. The launching point for AV Alta is Cesar Bahena up top, flanked by the Almesh brothers. It is Ortiz and Ortiz at the back as Weenum fills in at center back, and a pro debut for Marco Gonzalez, a USL Academy player, in goal for AV Alta. Now we take a look at the starting lineup for Phoenix Rising. Our man to watch, Baji up top, but a few familiar faces in the lineup. Jean-Éric Morceau will control the midfield at the base. Marboy, the captain, in the back, playing in front of Chituru Odunze, the 6'7" goalkeeper. It's Skiers, who's played every game of the season, lining up at right back. And Arase seeking to cause some havoc on the wing. Well, we have finally reached the last match of the 2026 Prinx Tires USL Cup group stage. Phoenix Rising and AV Alta from different divisions, but plenty of talent on display. Parker Johnson here with you as we get going here in Group 2, Round 4 of USL Cup action. Lancaster Municipal Stadium, aka The Hangar, here in Southern California. Down to about 83 degrees here at kickoff after hitting triple digits this afternoon. Plenty of wind as usual here at AV Alta, and we welcome in everybody joining us, whether you've been watching World Cup this evening, checking out the other action in the USL Cup, just hanging out with us here in the Antelope Valley. Maybe you're new to League One, new to the USL Cup if you're a Phoenix fan, or likewise if you're a supporter of AV Alta and League One, getting to see some championship opposition. Jean-Éric Morceau will take this throw for Phoenix Rising. They're organizing the bodies inside the box here in the first minute of play. Gets held up a little bit in the wind as Elias Almeish heads away, and Jimmy Villalobos completes the clearance. We highlighted Almeish from the start. He has 2 goals in this competition for AV Alta. These teams sporting identical records in group play through 3 rounds, with 1 win and 2 losses each. AV Alta with the unfortunate designation as the only USL League One team in Group 2. They are the only League One team who is in that situation. All the other ones at least have one partner from Division 3 to make things a little bit easier in this interdivision cup competition. But for AV Alta, every single matchup against a championship side, no different here. Biasi heads it back to his goalkeeper. He kept a watchful eye on Elias Almeish. Plenty of reason to be encouraged, though, for AV Alta, despite no wins in their last 3 league matches. Historically, they have played 8 matches against USL Championship teams, and they have 2 wins and 2 draws across those 8, with 4 losses in regulation. Meanwhile, Phoenix with a perfect 2-0 record against League One competition. They defeated Greenville in the Open Cup in 2023 and took down Texoma in what was a high-scoring classic last year in the USL Cup. 2 teams known for scoring quite a few goals. Hoping that we get some of that in this match as well. Ivan Di Cristofaro blowing the whistle and keeping some tight calls early on. Last thing anybody wants to see in a game that doesn't have a lot of effect on the standings is anybody to get hurt. AV Alta with some great news on the injury front heading into this match. It's pretty much the healthiest they've been all season. As we take a look at our injury report, brought to you by Southwest Healthcare. Southwest Healthcare Palmdale Regional Medical Center brings health in harmony. Visit palmdaleregional.com for more information on all hospital services. Maheno watches it go out of play, and that none reported, that is huge. A couple players being rested who didn't make the squad, and some rotation in goal to give Gonzalez his first start. But for AV Alta, a number of big names back and healthy. Miguel Pajaro makes the bench. Rendon Thomas back in the starting lineup. Joaquin Acuna on the bench, and Steven Ramos on the bench. Those last two got some action in their midweek friendly against CD Faz, the Salvadorian champions. Both have been out long-term with injury and were expected to be key pieces for Brian Clavin's team. For Phoenix, it's a much longer list of injuries. They also have not selected Isan Sako, who is the mid-season USL Player of the Year and the leading goal scorer for Phoenix Rising. Chance in the box, off the post. I believe that was Skierce who came forward and got the shot off. A trickling effort that Gonzalez could only watch, bang off the post. Now our boy takes a shot himself. Our first few looks at goal coming for the away team out of USL Championship. Phoenix really in desperate need of a result. They have not picked up a win since May 30th. Almeish driving forward, goes down in the box, a tangle of legs. The referee does not see that as a penalty kick, but they've given it right back to AV Alta. Rendon Thomas feeling the pressure from behind, looking for an option, drops it off to Lay. Through pass, Ortiz almost there. He's suggesting that he did not touch it, and our referee cleans things up. A chaotic sequence there. A near penalty for AV Alta. And they might have had a chance to score just moments later, gifted by Phoenix. It all results in a corner kick here. And corner kicks brought to you by Toyota of Lancaster. Bahena takes it short. Villalobos gives it right back to him, near post run. Pelivanov was almost there. Alert defending. Emergency stuff at the near post from Phoenix, but as we expected, chances coming both ways in the early going. Hoping for a fun and open match to wrap up the group stage of the USL Cup. As we were saying before that last chance, Phoenix has not won a match since May 30th, a league match against Sacramento that included one in the last round of the Cup. And a wild 4-3 defeat against Oakland Roots in the league, and most recently, after their mid-season break, they came out with a 3-1 loss to Colorado Springs. After that loss, Isan Sako gave some quotes to the media saying that he wants his team to play with personality. He said, "We need to build confidence and find the success of victory once again against AV Alta." He's not in the team to make it happen today, but he gave that responsibility to his teammates. And for AV Alta, their key to the game, presented by Big Bear Lake, where moments on the pitch in the mountains become tradition. They need to capitalize on the pressure. And that is something they failed to do in their last league match against Charlotte Independence, one of the hottest teams in League One. They played great, said Brian Clavin. He was really pleased with his team's offensive performance. Their chance creation, said it was one of their best attacking displays of the season, coming against a team in Charlotte that had won 8 straight matches in the league. And they held them to their lowest shot output of the season. But it ended in a 1-1 draw, with one penalty kick for each team deciding the result. Simply not enough conversion from AV Alta, which has been a common thread under Brian Clavin's season and a half at the helm of this relatively new USL League One team. Typically a very high possession outfit. And even against higher level opposition, They want that full control of the game. They want to make you chase. They're confident playing out of the back. Here it's intercepted by Phoenix. Diego Gomez, Mexican international, receives the 1-2, fires a shot at goal. Now Biasi returning a ball back to the middle. Heads toward Gomez. Intercepted by Villalobos. Almesh trying to pick it up at the halfway line. This is Adam Almesh working through the double team. Beats his man off the dribble towards the end line. Boy collapsing. That's a penalty? Trying to see the exact decision from the referee. It looks like he's pointed to the spot. He was not pointing to the corner flag. He's claimed the ball here, and I do think this is a penalty kick for AV Alta as we get another look. Definitely contact after he lets that cross go. Popmar Boy brought Adam Almesh to the ground, and after being denied that early penalty claim a few minutes ago, AV Alta does get a chance from 12 yards. Their usual penalty taker in the league is Jerry Desdunes. He is the most notable player absent from the squad today during this congested slate of games. So it looks like Adam Almesh, at least for now, will be the man to take the spot kick for AV Alta. He's the leading goal scorer for Antelope Valley in league play with 6 goals. He dinks it! A Panenka penalty from Adam Almesh. Absolute disrespect for their championship opponents as AV Alta take the lead at home. That was silky from the Frenchman. First we see the foul from Popmar Boy, and it was Almesh who takes it himself. Sends Odunze flying into the corner as he delicately drifts the ball down the middle. Well, if that doesn't represent the swagger and confidence of this AV Alta team, I don't know what could describe it any better. They are 4th in League One, and they are loving life. There will no doubt be a response from Phoenix. Of all people, for Popmar Boy to give away the penalty, usually so imperious at the back. Shows the level of these AV attackers. In talking to AV Alta head coach Brian Claben, he made the point that just because a player's in League One or they're in the championship, or you could even extend that to college soccer or the higher level sometimes, that's just where you end up, and that's not always representative of your quality. He believes his guys can play with anybody, and it's all about getting that opportunity. It's one thing we see year in and year out in USL Cup, in the Open Cup, any competition where you get to play opponents from another division. That desire to prove yourself against the best. It's what leads these men to be professional athletes. It's what leads the kids who are competing in this match to get through the academy. For Adam Almesh, a journey that started in the west suburbs of Paris, came came over and played college soccer, first at Albany, then at Marshall. Had his time with Union Omaha in League One. His brother Ilias have become crucial to AV Alta's attack this season. Ilias doing a lot of the damage in the cup, and Adam more so in the league. More gems unearthed by Brian Claben. Turn to CBS on Saturday, July 18th for USL Championship Eastern Conference Showdown. Last season's champion Pittsburgh Riverhounds go head-to-head with 2025 Players' Shield winner Lou City FC in a must-watch match of the summer. Two elite clubs on one massive stage. Don't miss a minute of the action. That's on CBS at noon on July 18th. Both these teams will be back in action that day on July 18th as well. For AV Alta, 2 away games in Tennessee is on the docket next. First they go to Chattanooga on Wednesday, then they play 1 Knoxville on Saturday. For Phoenix, their next league match is next Saturday as they take on Monterey Bay in what is a super crowded Western Conference. Every point, especially down where they are in 10th in the table, will be crucial on the second half of the season. Biasi with some service. He used to play for Riverhounds. His old club will be on CBS as he helped them to the final last year. Odunze. Feeling the pressure from AV Alta, trying to pinch it off of Jean-Éric Morceau. That is a tall task as Phoenix play it through the lines, spread it out to the right, Skierce crossing, header from Badji. Dominique Badji, our player to watch, over the top. But it deflected last off of an AV Alta player, so corner coming for Phoenix. As we bring you this replay presented by US Outdoor Lighting, making America bright since 1984.
Toyota of Lancaster driving the Antelope Valley forward.
And this corner kick is presented by Toyota of Lancaster. Back post ball. He sent it in towards Pelivanov, which is not the best idea. The 6'3" Bulgarian who has started every match. Chick-fil-A Lancaster and Palmdale are proud to partner with AV Alta FC. Eat more chicken with the new Chick-fil-A season ticket and family pack, which gives you a free original chicken sandwich at every match. Check out all match tickets by visiting avaltafc.com. Another setup for a long throw that doesn't work out exactly how they drew it up. Eager hands from Marco Gonzalez in the AV Alta net. Pretty good start to his professional debut. 19 years old. Grew up in the San Fernando Valley and played some youth soccer with LAFC SoCal. It's an organization that Brian Claben knows well from his days as an academy coach. Rising in possession. Adrian Palayo. Skierce. Gomez lets it run. Gets the ball on the turn. A little brush from the AV Alta defender, but not enough to warrant a penalty decision there. AV Alta playing within the system. Building from the back with Lay. Turns under the pressure from Jamison Ping. Alfredo Ortiz. Have to admire the passing from AV Alta. Slowly working their way up the pitch. Yet to escape their own half, but they've done so by completing somewhere in the ballpark of 20 passes or so at this point in this move. And now the long ball hit. Ryan Claiborne exasperated on the touchline. We're near Elias Almeish as the impatience got the better of them. Odunze, not quite as calm with the ball at his feet as those AV Alta boys back there. That has been the one criticism of him since joining Phoenix. You can see why he's an elite shot stopper, all 6'7" of him. So he grew up in the English game. Most recently in the Leicester City youth system. Brendan Thomas slicing inside. Christian Ortiz with a speculative hit. Didn't have enough time to let it drop. And he sends that thing way over the crossbar. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Through the back. Alfredo Ortiz dumped to the ground, and those two exchange some words. We knew coming into the match, both AV Alta and Phoenix were already eliminated from advancing to the quarterfinals. Offside decision against Bahena. There were 5 USL League One teams who were in contention to advance coming into today. That number has dwindled with Portland, AC Boise, and Union Omaha shut out. However, Charlotte Independence in a serious battle right now with Charleston Battery. That will be essentially a win and in game heading into the 90th minute. And AC Boise have done Spokane a favor. AC Boise right now beating Sacramento Republic. Spokane defeated Oakland Roots. That's a pair of League One over championship upsets, and the combination of those is enough to help Spokane win their group. Excellent stuff, as Velocity have struggled in league play, but they will advance into the knockout rounds representing USL League One. We'll see if Charlotte can follow suit. Trying to keep an eye on the live standings. But at kickoff of our match, it seemed like Miami FC will be the team most likely to get the wild card spot, as a tough tackle leaves both Morsu and Bahena injured. The yellow card, though, will go to Morsu, who had the mighty swing there.
Paris offered a yellow card. Issue to number 13, John Eric Marzel.
It's our first yellow card of the match. Coming in after some of those other games, it was a 12th minute penalty kick goal for Adam Almeish, who drew the foul himself and converted the penalty with a cheeky Panenka. To give AV Alta the lead over their championship opponents in this final match of the USL Cup group stage. Alfredo Ortiz turning the corner, spots the ball over the top to Bahena. He's got two men arriving in the box, looking for a run. Rendon Thomas driving towards the near post. It's deflected behind for a corner. This corner kick is brought to you by Toyota of Lancaster. Everybody in green and red lined up, circling the penalty spot. Some pushing and shoving with Adam Almeish involved. Mursu, who just got the yellow card, getting a talking to from Ivan Di Cristofaro. You can see the wind whipping in towards Odunze's net. That's how the ball swings, but he's got a pretty good vantage point up there. Going long with the punts into the wind. It hangs up, and Arase not able to haul it in. The Morongo Casino Hero Card, Morongo's latest club tier level, exclusively for military members, has arrived. Stop by Morongo Rewards with your valid military ID. The Hero Card is your key to the world of exclusive offers and benefits property-wide. Enjoy a 25% discount and earn points redeemable for free slot play, merchandise, services, dining deals, and more. Adam Almeish swings his right foot through it. Blocked all the way back to Alfredo Ortiz. The pressure from Arase. Weenum sprinting out of the back. Ortiz bundles through the back of Arase. The 27-year-old spent most of his career in Austria with Rapid Vienna. Born in Nigeria, and now in his second season with Phoenix Rising after arriving last August. Arase really with the potential to be a difference maker out on the wing. He's got 3 goal contributions in just 7 appearances for Phoenix. He's not been able to stay on the field very consistently. Those 3 goal contributions coming in just 168 minutes of game action. His first goal for the club, 4-3 loss to Oakland Roots. Showed his potential to be a game changer. Phoenix earned themselves the corner in front of the green wall of AV Alta, where the 661 supporters group presides. This corner kick brought to you by Toyota of Lancaster. Gonzalez screaming for somebody to mark Arase on the back post. Ball goes to the near post instead, where it's headed first by AV Alta. Pelayo. Gilberto Rivera. Ping. Has Osvaldo Ley for company. Now Maish took it away and took some contacts in the process. Foul given by the referee. As play continues, the long shot comes in, and it was dipping. It was swerving, and it was well saved by Marco Gonzalez.
Toyota of Lancaster corner kick.
Gilberto Rivera getting a hold of it. The Hayward, California native from up in the Bay Area. Taking his chances here at SoCal. Ping readies the corner. Quite a few changes at the back for AV Alta. So the focus on set piece defending will have to be top. Communication so important. Phoenix clearly trying to feast on that here as they crowd out the inexperienced goalkeeper. Here it comes from Ping. The heads go up. A clash of bodies as Almeida lumps it away. Arase sets it for the cross. Touchdown by Boy. Maybe a chance to break for AV Alta. On the move, Cesar Bahena, one-on-one with Odunze! Bahena strikes in a flash. 2-0 AV Alta. A perfectly timed pass on the way through. Odunze off balance. Bahena making it look easy. From a corner at one end, it's an AV Alta goal on the other. Doubling the advantage. And only increasing the noise here at Lancaster Municipal Stadium. Ryan Clavin with a word for his goal scorer, Bahena, the Escondido native, who is having a stellar first season for AV Alta. He's got 2 goals, 2 assists in league play. And now he's got a goal in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. As AV Alta trying to finish this competition with a bang and pull their 3rd upset all time against a USL Championship opponent. But Phoenix Rising trying to strike back right away. Got the ball into the box. The whistle goes. Among the noise of the crowd and the smoke of the flares. That ball was rolling as Ley tried to take the free kick, so they have to do it all again. Enter the Prinx Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on screen and enter today. Morsu entering his name into some difficult conversation with a referee. He's already been given a yellow card. That was an aggressive tackle for a man on a booking, as he has had a busy first half chasing AV Alta shadows. Villalobos at the controls for AV Alta. Fredo Ortiz heads forward, takes a deflection. Still may work out for Adam Almeish. Broken play works out for Phoenix. Arase on the move, far side, slip through. Out comes Gonzalez, who will dummy it out for a goal kick. Experience the best night in the AV. The 2026 season schedule is presented by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. AV Alta FC will be taking on Westchester on July 25th, presented by Morongo Casino. Kickoff set for 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now. Get yours before they're gone at avaltafc.com. Westchester was in action in the USL Cup earlier this evening. They fell to the defending champions Hartford Athletic, which secured Hartford a spot in the knockout rounds. They will be attempting to defend their crown. They won it in the first year that USL Championship was involved in this cup competition. Back in 2024, it was USL League One only, and Northern Colorado Hailstorm was the first champion of the USL Cup. Again, if you've joined us late, neither team here eligible to advance from the group phase, but there have been fireworks here in this final group match as AV Alta put together a strong first half performance, and they're looking for more here with Rendon Thomas playing it out wide to the first goal scorer, Adam Almeish. Step over in the box and tripped himself up at the end of all of it. Looked pretty similar to how he won the 12th minute penalty kick that he converted to put AV Alta in front, followed by a goal from Cesar Bahena, 32nd minute, which was assisted by Rendon Thomas, the 17-year-old academy player who has returned to the lineup after a spell out with injury. One of the many players that Brian Claben has welcomed their return in recent days. They had a friendly on Wednesday against CD Faz, who are the 20-time champions of El Salvador. Pretty good competition to be playing in a friendly match, and he was able to get some minutes into the legs of the likes of Joaquin Acuna, Steven Ramos, players who have been out for a long time for AV Alta. Thomas getting into that game as well. They got Miguel Pájaro available from the bench for this one. Claben calls the emblem of AV Alta as a club. Usually playing alongside Peli Vanov, who picks up a yellow card for that late challenge on Diego Gomez. Rising will not be able to take the free kick quickly, as the referee had to write down Peli Vanov's name in the book. And take it from me, as somebody who's put Kaloyan Peli Vanov's name on a spotting chart, it does take a moment to collect all those letters and put them in place correctly. Could also just write down number 44, but either way, the accounting has been done, and back in play here for Biasi, defended by Christian Ortiz. Top of box, Morsu. Boy, considering his options. Morsu teasing it out wide. Good defensive shape, though, from AV Alta. They had all the lanes blocked off, and it ends up as a weak cross straight into the hands of Gonzalez, who has not been overly troubled since he watched a Phoenix Rising shot knock off of the right post in the early going. Since then, AV Alta have taken control. Pelivanov playing with Ortiz into a dangerous position here. Nearly given away, but Villalobos very sharp to flick that up and away. Slowly and slowly, these fouls are adding up in the first half. It's been whistled pretty tightly by our referee, Ivan De Cristofaro, as we get another look at this. A lot of just little contacts, little fouls, but a lot of them coming in late. Already been a combined 15 fouls in the first half. 10 of them called against Phoenix, 5 against AV Alta. Most notable of those, of course, the penalty kick conceded by Phoenix. JT4 proudly sponsors the Green Wall Test Tactics Training and Technology. JT4 has a multitude of potential career paths for those interested in joining the mission. Scan the QR code to see all available opportunities. Valley, one of the leaders in the aerospace industry. Formerly known as Alta, California, comprising 13 cities, about 500,000 in total population, with Lancaster and Palmdale kind of being the hub of it all. It's an area separate to Los Angeles, but a lot of people commute to and from. And a lot of the kids who play soccer here have to do the same. At the edge of the box by Phoenix. Clipped in back post, Rivera. Very well defended by Christian Ortiz. Tagging tight against the former MLS forward Baji. Looked at him before the match and thought he had the chance to be a difference maker, Baji. Hasn't shown it so far. It's another break for Phoenix. Given up to AV Alta as Ilias Almeish trying to run through. He's able to get past Boy. Cutting back, little contact, just ran out of steam. It was well done, but from a Phoenix perspective, they did just enough to slow him down, wait for the help. As we get another look at that long run, going past Boyd the first time, who forced him wide, misses the sliding tackle, stabs his way around, and then it's just out of juice. Just out of juice. It's not quite a foul. They wouldn't get a second penalty there, but you have to be impressed with the speed and precision of the AV Alta counters, as they've allowed Phoenix to get a little more of the territory. They scored that second goal straight off of a corner kick. That last one coming out of the low blocks, springing to life. They've got the speed and the dribblers to do it. And at this point, they can just sit back with the springs loaded and a 2-goal lead in their back pocket. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. A couple fans enjoying the Chick-fil-A family pack there, I think. Free chicken sandwich. She already had the fries on her shirt, so no need to order a side. Oh, this is A real flashpoint between Adrian Pelayo and the AV Alta substitutes. Cesar Bahena down there in the mix as well. It looks like he was the one who started it from what I saw, giving a shove to Pelayo, but he knew that his crew was backing him down there in the corner, the AV Alta man. There's the influence of having Miguel Pajaro back on the bench. We're gonna see a double yellow card dished out. Pelayo and Bahena. That's the AV Alta goal scorer in the book. And the rising center back. But with Pajaro warming up as a sub, he's kind of the enforcer of this team, if you will. AV Alta, that's one element that they've certainly missed, that physicality on the back line, and he was ready to stand up for his teammate down on the sideline there. Both teams playing right on the edge. Trying not to get carried away. AV Alta living in dreamland at the moment with this 2-0 advantage over Phoenix. They did pick up a win against Orange County in the USL Cup already this campaign. That one came by a 2-1 margin. Lost the other two at home against Colorado Springs and on the road against New Mexico. Or rather, those were Phoenix's results. AV Alta, though, also 1 win, 2 losses, and also beat Orange County. Confirmation of your yellow cards as Thomas breaks through. Pushed down to the ground, but fairly so, says the referee. That was a big call there because on top of the jeopardy of a potential penalty kick, Morsu is on a yellow and has rode his luck a little bit since he picked up that yellow. So had that been seen as foul play, might have been sent off as well. But by the standard of this first half, nothing too crazy. By the way, our fourth official has indicated 2 minutes of Southwest Healthcare stoppage time. Southwest Healthcare Palmdale Regional Medical Center brings health in harmony. Visit palmdaleregional.com for more information on all of their hospital services. We have now played through those 2 minutes, but a little time tacked on here for one last Phoenix attack. Ping nibbling in, sent to the halfway line by AV Alta, seeking to go in 2-0 at the half. Miscontrolled by Arase. Gonzalez taking his time. Should be pretty close to getting AV Alta to the break. Still we play. Bahena almost got on the end of it after an awkward deflection behind the back line. Play on towards 48. Tees at the back with the clearance, and that brings us to halftime. Well, an upset brewing in the final match of USL Cup group play. AV Alta with a stunning first half performance. Bahena has every right to be tired after his run the length of the pitch to score the second goal. Scoring opened by Adam Almesh in the 12th minute. We'll bring you highlights and a whole lot more in this halftime show presented by Modelo. In the first ever meeting between AV Alta and Phoenix Rising. It has been a good one through 45 minutes. So stay with us for a halftime show in the second half, full of action as we wrap up the group stage of the USL Cup.
It's time to march to the mountains with a free lift ticket giveaway. Book your stay now at BigBear.com and receive complimentary lift tickets to Bear Mountain or Snow Summit. Stay 2 nights between March 1st and the end of ski season, and you can redeem your free lift tickets with qualifying reservations. Spend $250 to $599 and receive 1 lift ticket. Spend $600 or more and receive 2, while supplies last. Tickets are valid through the end of ski season, subject to date change. Book now at BigBear.com.
When it comes to healthcare, you want all aspects of your care to connect and to work in harmony. Introducing Southwest Healthcare, a comprehensive network of care working together to serve you and your loved ones. Palmdale Regional Medical Center is proud to be a part of this new, expanded system. Our goal is to provide high-quality healthcare services that benefit you, your family, and our entire community. Experience health and harmony today with the new Southwest Healthcare.
Toyota of Lancaster's Buy Local and Save sales event is on. Come down today to save big on hundreds of vehicles in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, hybrids, and more. We have new vehicles arriving daily in the market for a used vehicle. Toyota of Lancaster has a massive selection of used and Toyota certified used vehicles to choose from. Drive with confidence in the vehicle you deserve. Bad credit, no problem. Toyota of Lancaster will make your vehicle purchase safe, simple, and fun. Shop online at toyotaoflancaster.com. Toyota of Lancaster. Buy local and save.
Welcome back to halftime, presented by Modelo. AV Alta 2-0 up on the USL Championship opponents, Phoenix Rising. Well, this is the last game of the group stage, so let's take it to the explainer on the knockout draw.
When Hartford Athletics' Adrian Deespace scored in the 83rd minute against Rhode Island FC, it began a furious finish to the 2025 USL Cup group stage finales. Deespace's goal kept Hartford alive in the race to advance in the competition as a wild card. Less than 10 minutes later in Detroit, Matt Sheldon capped Detroit City's 3-0 win over Westchester SC, taking that wild card away from Hartford. Minutes later in Kentucky, Louisville City's Jake Morris scored twice in added time to defeat Lexington SC 2-1. Louisville was now the owner of the wild card, but not for long. Back in Pawtucket, Hartford outlasted Rhode Island in a penalty kick shootout. Hartford Athletic reclaimed the wild card spot that 2 other clubs held for mere minutes. So how did we get here? Well, after 4 group stage matches, Hartford Athletic and Louisville City were tied with 9 points. The first tiebreaker, total goals. Hartford scored 9, Louisville had 8. And that wild card spot launched Hartford's run to the USL Cup title. This year's Cup promises even more drama. 42 clubs in the USL Championship and League One will form 7 groups filled out by region. Each club will play 4 group matches, and when the dust settles, the 7 group winners will advance along with 1 wild card team, not 2 wild cards like last year. The remaining 8 clubs will be drawn into 4 quarterfinal matches with 1 stipulation. The wild card cannot be drawn against its group winner. The 4 quarterfinal winners will then be drawn for the semifinal round, with the 2 finalists drawn to determine the host for the Prinx Tires USL Cup final. It is halftime in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. We hope you're enjoying the match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines. Last week in the championship, New Mexico United extended its league unbeaten streak to 5 matches with a 2-1 victory over Oakland Roots in front of more than 14,800 fans. the fourth largest crowd in franchise history. New Mexico's Christian Navas scored his first goal since the 2022 season, a remarkable comeback for a player that battled through 2 knee injuries over a 2-year period. Tonight, we close out group play in the Prinx Tires USL Cup, and 8 clubs will head to the quarterfinals. You can watch that quarterfinal draw on the USL's YouTube channel on Monday the 13th at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern. USL is also gearing up for a national TV audience on Saturday the 18th. The title holders in the championship, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, host last season's Player Shield winners, Louisville City. That's a noon Eastern kickoff on CBS. And 2 more matches on CBS Sports Net. Sporting Jacks and Pittsburgh on the 15th. 2 days later, it's AC Boise and Portland Hearts of Pine. This is the USL Studio Halftime Update. I'm Dan Lucas. Now let's get you back out to your match. Two champions loaded with USL history. Louisville City raised last year's Player Shield, but the Pittsburgh Riverhounds took home the USL title. Contenders collide. Pittsburgh Riverhounds and Louisville City, Saturday, July 18th at noon Eastern on CBS.
Prinx tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinx tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
Welcome back to halftime between AV Alta and Phoenix Rising. The 2026 AV Alta FC upcoming schedule is presented by Morongo Casino, Resort, and Spa. Here's the next 3 for AV Alta. A tough road trip coming up as they take on Chattanooga Red Wolves on Wednesday and One Knox on Saturday in a Tennessee double. Early kickoffs here on the West Coast. And then back at home against Westchester the following Saturday at 8 p.m. And here's the look for Phoenix in their next 3. They've got Monterey Bay and Hartford Athletic at home, a chance to pick up some much-needed points in league play, where they are in a tough stretch of games. Then they go on the road to Las Vegas to start August. All those kickoffs at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. And lastly, we'll take you through the out-of-town scores, taking a look specifically at Group 2 here in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. And tonight's out-of-town scores are brought to you by Visit Big Bear. Now, Colorado Springs already was confirmed as the group champion, so their 0-0 tie against Orange County doesn't really matter a whole lot. New Mexico and El Paso knew they had a chance to claim a wild card spot. They would have had to put up more than 2 goals, as goals scored are the first tiebreaker for that wild card. So although New Mexico got the win in the Derby del Camino Real, they will not be advancing either. And that is it for our out-of-town scores. We got more coming up for you on this halftime show presented by Modelo after this. Highlights and second half kick on the way.
Insurance companies are not your friend. In fact, their sole job is to make certain you get as little as possible at a time when you need it the most. At the Paris Law Firm, we have a long track record of forcing insurance companies to pay you every penny that you're owed. If you've been hurt in a crash, call us at the Paris Law Firm so we can help you in your time of need.
Are you wondering who belongs at Antelope Valley College? Let me introduce you to some students.
Dreamers.
Career builders.
Transfer students.
Working parents.
Veterans.
Student athletes.
First-generation students.
In short, you belong at AVC.
We're here for you, so visit avc.edu and apply today.
Toyota of Lancaster's Buy Local and Save sales event is on. Come down today to save big on hundreds of vehicles in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, hybrids, and more. We have new vehicles arriving daily in the market for a used vehicle. Toyota of Lancaster has a massive selection of used and Toyota certified used vehicles to choose from. Drive with confidence in the vehicle you deserve. Bad credit, no problem. Toyota of Lancaster will make your vehicle purchase safe, simple, and fun. Shop online at toyotaoflancaster.com. Toyota of Lancaster. Buy local and save.
Back getting set for the start of the second half here at Lancaster Municipal Stadium. First, let's take you through our first half highlights. Chippy first half. Here's a look at the stats, as AV Alta didn't have a ton of opportunities, but they converted on the ones that they did have, and as per usual, an advantage in possession, although not quite as lopsided as the 60+% they often enjoy in USL League One. Been a very even match, 4 yellow cards in the first half, and a ton of fouls. Trying to get that number for you to be specific here. That would be 19 fouls combined between the two teams in the first half, on top of those 4 cards. So the first order of business will be to stay healthy and keep everybody else on the pitch. But aside from that, 45 minutes left to have some fun here in the final match of the group stage of the 2026 Prinx Tires USL Cup. AV Alta in position for a cup set, as they have made 1 sub at halftime, bringing on Santi Igareda, 17-year-old academy player, plays out on the wing. He has started the other 2 matches in the USL Cup, and he will enjoy the second 45 here, but leaving Brian Clavin with all 3 sub windows to use and 4 more substitutions in the second half. My name is Parker Johnson. So glad that you've joined us along with the rest of our awesome USL crew here in Lancaster, closing out the night Imagine many people filing in from their various activities earlier in the day, whether you were checking out some World Cup, the earlier games taking place in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. It's all been decided as far as the knockouts are confirmed. I did just double check that at halftime. We got 2 League One teams advancing. AV Alta will not be one of them. Both these two are eliminated. However, Spokane Velocity coming out as the winners of Group 1 after some last day dramatics. They beat Oakland. AC Boise did them a favor, and they will be into the quarterfinals. Likewise, Charlotte Independence with a do-or-die match, coming out with a shootout victory. That match drawn after 90 minutes with Charleston, one of the best teams in USL Championship. And the result of the shootout decided the winner of Group 6. So that one was real nervous for Charlotte, who missed out on the final day on a tiebreaker for making the knockouts last year. But a big positive for USL League One as we watch AV Alta with a 2-0 lead here on the higher division opponent to show that they can compete with the championship. Diego Gomez. This is Isaiah Ramirez. Halftime sub for Phoenix. Igareda getting his first touches for AV Alta in the second half. Picks out Baena. One-on-one with Boy. Slices inside. I did well with the move. Shot skewed off the outside of his boot. Don't know if that was headed goalwards, but corner kick will be a good outcome. In front of the green wall here at the hangar. Another look at that shift from Baena. Beautiful stuff, looking for his second goal of the night on that replay brought to you by US Outdoor Lighting. And now our corner kick presented by Toyota of Lancaster. AV Alta looking for a third. Good defending at the back post from Mursu. Carded in the opening period. Ping brings it out of the sky. Great control to knock it back to Pop Marboy. Biasi. Gomez from the left side. Jean-Eric Mursu. Rivera to Ping. AV Alta with 10 men behind the ball. Confident goalkeeping from Gonzalez. Hasn't put a foot or a glove wrong so far, the 19-year-olds in net for AV Alta. Making his first appearance with the club. Competing on a USL Academy contract. AV Alta really one of the front runners in League One in terms of producing talent through the academy. Standard there really set by Richmond Kickers, but they're an organization that have been around a whole lot longer than AV Alta. For Alta, their strategy already bearing fruit. And at the helm, a man with so much experience in youth development in Brian Clavin, steering the ship to where they are now, 4th place in the USL League One standings. And look at this confident play from the back by Gonzalez and Villalobos. Now it's Adam Almeish turning on the style. A little short there for Villalobos, but they're able to get it out to the far side as Phoenix retreat. Given back to Rising. Bursting down the outside, Baji. Good hand from Gonzalez at the near post. Alvin Arase was trying to arrive late and pick up the pieces. Not sure if this was a shot or a cross. I do think Baji had eyes for goal. Gomez has been playing out on the wing. Not the most natural position for him, more of a central player usually, but there is a long list of absentees tonight for Phoenix. Cross sent in, point blank header, redirected far askew of the back post. Just tried to do too much with it. A golden opportunity for Phoenix. Their best look of the match on the ball back across from Isaiah Ramirez. Great redirect. And that is Biasi who flicked it wide. Ramirez came on for Adrian Pelayo at halftime, who received a yellow card in the first half. Pass out, intercepted by Almeish, picked up by Villalobos. Oh, he went for the chip. Trying to copy the theatrics of Adam Almeish from the penalty spot. Goes with his weaker left foot from outside the penalty area. You gotta get it pretty high to get it over Chituro Odunze. More mess at the back for Phoenix. That's a good segue into some of those players that they are missing for Rising. You could comprise an entire back line just off the injury report. It's Gomez works it with Rivera. Now Ping. Handball against Osvaldo Ley. But Phoenix is missing their typical right back in Colin Smith, one of their best left backs in Daniel Flores, and a pair of center backs in Rafa Chijos and Alexander Vukovic, all of whom may have started this match if the team was fully fit. Beyond them, Charlie Dennis is also out, one of the two players who has scored in the USL Cup for them this season, and Juan Carvajal still missing from the front line. So a lot of players who you typically see in the Rising lineup not here for this one. And the most notable of them all, Isan Sako, the mid-season USL Player of the Season, also did not make the squad. He is just being rested, given the relative unimportance of this match, at least in the standings. But Brian Claben had no interest in indulging in that concept when I spoke to him this week. Said they treat every match like a final, and they certainly have here. Especially with AV Alta in a much different situation, kind of getting all their players back healthy. All of a sudden, he's got a really tough job on his hands just picking his 18-man roster for game day and his starting 11. He said they do not have a typical roster construction that you see in USL. It is not clear who the starting 11 is. And there may be some changes when players come back to fitness, be that Pajaro, Steven Ramos, Brendan Thomas, who we saw start this match before he was taken out at halftime. Great feet there from Almeish. It's the younger Ilias rushing through, trying to connect on the long pass, but it's gobbled up by Odunze. Mursu Gave it back to Baena. The offside flag is up. I saw it on the far side, but it's waved off by the head official. The last touch came off of Morsu, so that would have counted. Rising push on. Arase. Still trying to leave his mark on this match. Flicked around the corner by Morsu. The connection almost comes off from the two African-born players. Biasi seeking service. Alfredo Ortiz nods it away. And another foul by Morsu as it came out. He has to be careful. He's committed a few since picking up his early yellow card. Matthias Wienum. Alta FC are proud to partner with US Outdoor Lighting, your complete source for outdoor lighting. Visit usaltg.com to find out more. Rough tackle from Ortiz, who leaves the scene expeditiously. Best way to signal a player who looks he might have been on the verge of a booking. Don't give the referee a chance to flash the yellow. He's able to retrieve it as Phoenix looks for the 1-2 with Biasi. One thing you have to say about Alta in this match, when they have sat back in their deep block, they have defended really well. It's not something that immediately stands out as the identity of Alta FC. A team that has staked its claim in USL League One as one that controls the game with the ball. But when they have been forced to defend in this match, they've looked really confident. Done well to mark the runs from Phoenix, close off space, and now they press a little higher. 3 men running after it. Boy goes up the line. Good cover from Wienum. Now we'll see 2 subs from Brian Clavin to go with that halftime change. 2 switches, we'll see Elias Almeish and Osvaldo Ley depart. Godwin Antwi comes on in attack. And Steven Ramos back on the pitch after getting 45 minutes in their friendly against CD Fas. Now will be met by 2 changes from Rising. Gunnar Studenhoft, who scored in the last league match against Colorado Springs, and Hope Avievu, one of the leading lights of Rising FC, on for the final half hour. Avievu has had a tough time following up his 6-goal, 10-assist season last year that resulted in second-team All-USL honors. Just 1 assist in 10 matches in league play for Phoenix. A lot of changes from last season for Pamadou Ka and the 2023 USL champs. Studenhoft, one of the new men who's come in. He moves it forward, ping on the outside, whips in the cross, back post, skewed high and sent out by Ramos. Taken down with the utmost calm by Jimmy Villalobos. It's a shove there from Studenhoft. You can see immediately the impact that the substitutions have made for Phoenix. Morsu threaded into the feet of Avievo, right into zone 17. Zone 14 rather, and a free kick given to Phoenix just outside the edge of the D. 62nd minute. Feels like the tide has been turning since the start of the second half. To emphasize how much Phoenix could use a lift. Winless since May 30th. And this is Avievo's first appearance since that match. A 2-0 win over Sacramento Republic. They need some hope. As AV Alta construct a massive 6-man wall. Avievo had eyes on the top left corner. A fine dive from Gonzalez, but hard to know if he had it covered. Heart stood still at Lancaster Municipal Stadium, but now they can exhale. And on comes Mabumu Alassane, replacing Adam Almeish. That is certainly a more defensive switch, as he tends to operate at the base of midfield. An expert in breaking up the play. Never afraid of a tackle, that's for sure. Can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app. As we reset from this handful of AV Alta changes, the one at halftime, and then the 3 second-half substitutions, quite a lot of guys have changed position. Alassane coming in midfield to partner with Villalobos. Did that knock off the hand of Pelivanov? Could have been a penalty kick, and the referee seen it that way. But it's waved off, and now the foul whistled. And a yellow card given to Gilberto Rivera. There's another look at that tackle. It's for dissent, I believe. The shouts at the referee after the foul was whistled. He's hurt enough. He's had to deal with a lot of complaints from both sides with the chippiness of this game as it has gone on. Next foul whistled will be the 30th of the match. 5 yellow cards dished out and 1 penalty kick awarded to AV Alta, but multiple claims coming on either end of the pitch for penalties that were not whistled. And the entrance of some very scrappy players as well. Alassane, Studenhoft, they like to mix it up. So keep Keep your popcorn at the ready if you haven't gobbled it up already. Make another batch. Nobody's judging. Get the sense there's more goals in this game. Pretty shocked if there were not. Offside flag up against Studenhoft, who gets a friendly hand from Wienum. And now a sub for Phoenix to bring on the talented teenager, the USL record breaker. That is 15-year-old Jathan Irwin, who has been in the Rising Academy for 7 seasons. Antwi with a touch through. Oh, Dunze stonewalls him as AV Alta tried to catch him cold and earn the corner. So Irwin comes in, center midfield player, standing 6'2". You can see why he's gotten the opportunities at his age. He's the youngest player to start a match in Phoenix's club history, and the youngest outfield player to ever start a USL match, setting that mark last year. But a corner now for AV Alta. And the header sent over the top from Steven Ramos. I was going to mention it earlier, but with Ramos coming in at left back, that has pushed Alfredo Ortiz further up the pitch because he did not get taken out during that string of substitutions. Here he is pressuring. Part of the more attacking midfield setup alongside Baena as they take turns as the furthest man forward. Bouncing ball, had to head it. Gonzalez doing very well to get there ahead of Studenhoft. And here is the towering teenager, Irwin. He's able to draw a whistle, which is why you saw the reaction of the AV Alta players. Abievu sends in the service. Another header gone askew. Toyota of Lancaster, proud founding partners of AV Alta FC, driving the Antelope Valley forward. Find out more by visiting toyotaoflancaster.com. Alassane. Christian Ortiz looking forward. Decent ball it was to Igareda. Alfredo Ortiz from his more advanced position brings Ramos into the play. Godwin Antwi from the wing, running circles around Pop Marboy. Studenhoft off to the races. He's through on goal. Studenhoft 2-1. The AV Alta defense is broken. 70 strong minutes. But we are in for a fiery finish as Phoenix Rising get on the board with the substitute, Gunnar Studenhoft. An expert finish. He waits to see the goalkeeper. He knew he had the time and space. So much speed for a man of his size. He is an absolute handful. Phoenix are pressing for more. They've got a man over on the far side. Ping had the overlap from Ramirez, cuts it back to Mursu. Biasi. Gomez. Knocked behind for a corner. Pressure mounting from the visitors. The USL Championship team coming into the home of League One's AV Alta. And finally finding a goal. It took until the 71st minute. Now they want another. Wind whipping at the hangar. AV Alta just trying to navigate the turbulence. That's a useful flick. That's Irwin's header. A yellow card. Looks like Jamison Ping for his challenge on the goalkeeper as we take another look. Irwin at 6'2". Yeah, it's the nudge on the goalkeeper. Ping going in the book. Jathan Irwin, by the way, got the assist on the Studenhoft goal. Studenhoft certainly did a lot of the work once the pass was given his way, but for Jathan Irwin, just about everything he does makes history, and we'll have to await some confirmation, but we do know that he will be the youngest player to ever suit up in the USL Cup, that's for sure, and by doing so, you'd have to imagine he's the youngest man to provide an assist in this competition as well. First of many achievements, I'm sure, in that young man's career. Each one every bit as notable as the next, but it will taste bittersweet if it does not come with a result in this match. Anything to stop the bleeding for Phoenix. 5 games without a win in all competitions. And it's awkward plays like this, showing the disconnect. Free kick taken by Boy. Feathered down by Gomez. Cross, or Albayevu rather. Yassi could cross from deep. Instead, he knocks it back to Avievu. Splitting lines, Gomez, back to Avievu, contact from behind. Referee doesn't see a foul in it. Christian Ortiz combining with Alfredo. As AV Alta try to break away from the pressure, one thing they have not done very much of is keep the ball in this second half. They've set their block and defended. The resistance finally snapped. Phoenix rising with a 53% possession edge in the second half, as this injury stoppage allows for the entrance of Joaquin Acuna, who replaces the second goal scorer, Cesar Bahena. A great shift from him. And it's the arrival of El Toro. Joaquin Acuna, an old-fashioned number 9, who tore his ACL just after scoring his first goal for AV Alta last April. He has worked so hard over a year of recovery. He got 10 minutes in the friendly, and now he's back on the pitch for Brian Claben. An audacious bit of juggling for Marco Gonzalez. This kid does not look like he's playing in his first pro match. Acuna on the move, collapsed on by 2 defenders. No foul either way, but there's contact with the head of Azair Ramirez, and that will require an immediate stoppage here. catches the elbow from Acuna as he had all his eyes on the ball there. He was trying to brace for the contact from Pop Marboy, and it's just Isaiah Ramirez, sorry, who is worse off in that challenge. This injury stoppage is brought to you by Southwest Healthcare. Southwest Healthcare Palmdale Regional Medical Center brings health in harmony. Visit palmdaleregional.com for more information on all of our hospital services. Ramirez, the 18-year-old's academy player. First season here with the first team, and he's made quite the impact, starting 3 games in the league. Has a goal and an assist in all competitions. Picked up that assist in his pro debut in the first round of the Open Cup, a win against San Ramon, and then also scored in a USL Cup match earlier on this campaign. Now we'll be joined out there by another academy player, Noah Cross, who started the other 3 cup matches in the Prinx Tires USL Cup for Phoenix. He can play on either side of the back 4. Buckeye, Arizona native. Looks like Isaiah Ramirez is good to continue, so he waits for the signal. Glad to see that he is okay after that contact to the head. Avievu snatched at it in truth. Looked like it was gonna sit up nicely for him, and then never quite got the bounce that he wanted. Visit Big Bear is a proud partner of AV Alta FC. Big Bear Lake, where moments on the pitch and in the mountains become tradition. Start yours by scanning the QR code to find out more. Just snuck out of play. But Acuna has not left the back shoulder of those 2 center backs since he has arrived on the pitch. A focal point in attack. One who Brian Claben thinks can be a real game changer for AV Alta as he regains his sharpness down the stretch of this season. Claben said they want to be smart about how they work him back into the team, want to make sure there's no re-injury, because the key for AV Alta is making sure that they don't wobble and they have him healthy for the most important part of the season. After this, they'll be out of the USL Cup, as will Phoenix. All eyes on league play for the second half of the season. It starts with a tough road test. First against Chattanooga, then against Knoxville. Turn to CBS on Saturday, July 18th for USL Championship Eastern Conference Showdown. Last season's champion, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, goes head-to-head with the Players' Shield winner, Louisville City FC, in a must-watch match of the summer. 2 elite clubs, 1 massive stage. Don't miss a minute of the action. Tune in CBS at noon next Saturday, July 18th. Ten minutes to go for Avievu. Flick forward by Studenoft. His goal got Phoenix back into this thing at the 70-minute mark. 2 first-half tallies from AV Alta. First from the penalty spot by Adam Almeish. Then on the break by Cesar Bahena. We take a look at this replay brought to you by US Outdoor Lighting, making America bright since 1984. Game has changed a lot in the second half as substitutions have come on for both sides. A lot of youth, a lot of rotation, with both teams knowing they were already eliminated from the Prinx Tires USL Cup heading into the match. But would be a scalp nonetheless for AV Alta. They've beaten USL Championship teams on 2 occasions in the past. Down goes Ramirez. Contact from behind. Antwi gives a free kick to Rising in a promising position. Morsu a little confused at what the barrier for a yellow card is. He was given the first one of the match. There's been quite a few handed out since then, but none for Antwi after stopping that promising opportunity. Phoenix Rising has a perfect 2-0 record against USL League One opposition. Have scored twice in the last 10 to achieve that here. I think Clavin was giving a great example of how he wants his guys to defend here. Set pieces have been an issue at times for AV Alta. Hope Avievu goes back post with it. Trying to head it back across, but it looks like the ball may have gone out for a goal kick. A little too much mustard from Avievu. The idea to hit Potmar Boy and use him as the backboard, essentially. It's a pretty good one. Didn't quite come off. Marco Gonzalez has had a nice game between the sticks. He's faced 5 shots on target, and he's made 4 saves. Loose touch from Boy, or it looks like it anyways. Alassane goes to ground, still with Rising. Great pressure from AV Alta. Alfredo Ortiz wins out. Alassane has options ahead of him. He loses the ball there. Such a promising position for AV Alta. Needed to get more out of that. As Phoenix put it right back into play. Challenge is flying in. Alassane taking down Avievu. Still he pushes on. Villalobos forced it to the clearance. Long shot, Morsu. Drew a dive from Gonzalez. No real threat. I think AV Alta would be happy if Phoenix want to take the rest of their shots from this kind of distance. Shoe untied? Coming at a very convenient time for Mr. Marco Gonzalez. I played goalkeeper in my day, and I never tied my own shoes. That was always my defender's job. Attaboy, Kalian. William Pelivanov doing the Lord's work. too much of a hassle to take off the goalie gloves. Needs to make sure they're strapped in tight as Studenhoft, the goal scorer for Phoenix, drops it back to Gomez. He's been marooned on the wing. Zaya Ramirez. One of a handful of teenagers on the pitch for the conclusion of this Prinx Tires USL Cup showdown. One of those is Jathan Irwin, who shifts through the lines, stops and drops. Vievu out to Ramirez. Back looking for ping. Good defending there by Alassane. Corner up coming for Phoenix. No shortage of targets in there. Looking for Studenhoft, looking for Boy, looking for Irwin. JP Skier's in the mix as Avievu sets it all up. Skier's flash to the near post. Shot comes in from deep. Maybe Alta trying to break away. Could have been awkward, but Alfredo Ortiz had his run held up. Missing that breakaway speed they had with Bahena on there earlier. Ramos not pleased with the decision. This ping went down a little easily. Ramos, player that Brian Klaben tabs as having first division talents. They signed him straight out of high school soccer last year, and he became the stalwart left back down the stretch in their USL League One campaign. I think Klaben may have drawn a card there for the referee. Whipping up the crowd in response. Nibble at the ankles of Irwin. Testy finish between AV Alta and Phoenix Rising. As it always would be. USL Cup after dark. And here's a run. Beautiful shot. But the foul called back. Maybe a loose arm to the face. Let's take another look. Can't say exactly what Igareda did there. But there was some contact with the Phoenix Rising player as the ball is kicked away by Igareda. Two matches on the road next week for AV Alta as they seek to continue their strong form in League One play. Should be a Dunes ace, and it is. Phoenix will be back at home next Saturday to take on Monterey Bay FC, which will be a very important match in the Western Conference standings as both teams right on the outside of that playoff line. This result holds, it'll be 6 without a win for Phoenix Rising FC. And their first loss ever to a USL League One team. Antwi has space in behind, looking for Acuna. Overcooked the cross. 6 minutes of second half stoppage time. Feel like an eternity for AV Alta, who have defended and defended throughout this second half. the edge in shots, expected goals, possession, final third entries, box touches, all of the key indicators in favor of Phoenix in the second half. They got the 1 goal from Studenhof in the 71st minute, coming from the youngest player to ever provide an assist in this competition, Jathan Irwin. But it's AV Alta who have them right where they want them, defending a lead in the opposite corner. The drumbeat continues, pulsating off the green wall. Play on, says the referee. As we couldn't get there. That's a risky tackle from Alassane. He doesn't win out with Avievu looking for Studenhof. Picked up by Irwin. And the low drive results in a Phoenix throw. They've tried the long throw a couple times, haven't had a lot of success with it, so they take this quickly. Avievu curling in, bodies in the box, out comes Gonzalez. A big time claim from the AV Alta debutant. This is Acuna. Oh, tried to roll it past the goalkeeper. And the whistle has gone for a foul. Mursu trying to play it as quickly as possible. Absolute chaos here in the finish. That's gonna trickle out for a throw. Studenhof wants to get it back in play. I wouldn't expect him to take the throw. Mursu going for the long throw. This is a better one. Flicked on at the near post. Alive at the back stick. Shot from Avievu. And then the ball fired into the crowd of bodies. A flashpoint. Wienum taking offense. That was Igareda who got pelted with the ball. Here's another look at the entire sequence. The foul had already been blown at this point. And really, you can't blame Ramirez for having a shot there. It's easy for AV Alta to make a big deal out of it and try to waste a few more seconds, but Ramirez immediately apologized. He wasn't sure if the whistle had gone, and that's what you're taught. Play through the whistle. This time pass for Irwin. Cunha would have been offside, but this is just fine for AV Alta. Closing in on a cup set to wrap up a day that has seen 2 USL League One teams advance to the quarterfinals of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. AV Alta on the verge of getting so many players back, with Rendon Thomas starting the match, Acuna getting on, and Ramos here in the second half. Miguel Pájaro's back on the bench, their captain, their emblem. Trying to build that momentum into the second half of the season. This is the stage last year where it all went wrong for AV Alta. But they look a much more confident bunch this time around. Gonzalez wanted the home run ball down the pitch to Acuna. And he affords a throw into Phoenix right around the halfway line. Otmar Boy takes it. Acuna's not there for the header from Alfredo Ortiz. Wienum heads offside. And an inexcusable one at that from Phoenix. This will take us close to the 96-minute mark, but we may play a little bit beyond the given 6 minutes. considering a couple of the stoppages in stoppage time. Long ball from Adunze, flicked on, Avievu past the keeper! No whistle! And Phoenix's Prinx Tires USL Cup campaign comes to a screeching halt at the home of AV Alta. 2-1 winners over championship opposition. Clayman picks up his third win over a higher division team as we show you our save of the match. Brought to you by JT4, where only the boldest dare to dream. Find out more at jt4llc.com. That was Marco Gonzalez on his professional debut, 19 years old, with a first half stop. An excellent performance from him. But our man of the match is Cesar Bahena, who got him some insurance back in the 32nd minute, scoring the second goal of a 2-goal first half for AV Alta. That was enough to see this 2-1 win over the line. We will show you the highlights of that and a whole lot more after this short break. Finish up the USL Cup with us when we return.
Are you wondering who belongs at Antelope Valley College? Let me introduce you to some students.
Dreamers.
Career builders.
Transfer students.
Working parents. Veterans.
Student athletes.
First-generation students.
In short, you belong at AVC.
We're here for you, so visit avc.edu and apply today.
Toyota of Lancaster's Buy Local and Save sales event is on. Come down today to save big on hundreds of vehicles in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, hybrids, and more. We have new vehicles arriving daily in the market for a used vehicle. Toyota of Lancaster has a massive selection of used and Toyota certified used vehicles to choose from. Drive with confidence in the vehicle you deserve. Bad credit, no problem. Toyota of Lancaster will make your vehicle purchase safe, simple, and fun. Shop online at toyotaoflancaster.com. Toyota of Lancaster. Buy local and save.
A huge win for AV Alta. Brian Clavin told us coming into this match, his team treats every game like a cup final. And this is how they got the job done against Phoenix Rising. Both teams knowing they were eliminated coming into the match. It was a high-flying performance from AV Alta. On the front foot from the jump. Full-time highlights here presented by Pepsi as we see Adam Almeish earning the spot kick. And boy, did he ever finish it. A Panenka finish that set the tone really for the night. AV Alta was not scared of Phoenix Rising. They knew this was a team they could come play with. And our play of the match presented by Pepsi is Bahena's goal, which earned him man of the match honors. A stunning run out as they catch Adunze. That came from a Phoenix corner kick. They were able to flip the fields. And the assist from Rendon Thomas to set Bahena on his way. In the second half, Phoenix definitely piled on the pressure. The entrance of Student Hoft made a big difference in this game. He scores for his second straight in all competitions, but it was not enough to earn a result for Phoenix Rising. against League One opposition. Our full-time stats are presented by Chick-fil-A, Lancaster, and Palmdale. Eat more chicken. As Phoenix Rising finished with the edge in shots and the edge in possession thanks to that second half barrage. AB Alta sat back on their 2-goal lead. That became a 1-goal lead, but they saw it out in the end. And great kudos to Marco Gonzalez in goal, saving a number of those shots as AV Alta came away with a huge result to keep the momentum rolling. Well, that puts a bow on the USL Cup group stage. We move on to the quarterfinals, which will not include these two, but we thank you for including us as part of your night. Parker Johnson and the rest of our great crew signing off from Lancaster, California. We'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.